Sham is after Trumas of Sadik Dalit on the days, the Mishnah, the Nishmas, Kitab Asavama Shchaim Yesidor, again Shchaim Rabbi Yitzchak, as Shimon Ben Rabbi Yitzchak. That's the Heilige Mishnah. Dag Tomei, Shukofshoi im Dag Tor. A fish that's Tomei, doesn't have the Simona Tahara, was marinated with the Dag Tor. The Mishnah doesn't tell us now what. What's it? Yes, steht nicht.
Akdama.
Okay. So far I didn't see any of the Mephoshim Rishonim. You told me Asko said that, right?
Yeah. You said
Huh?
two that's colon.
Previous Mishnah, same thing. What? Oh, colon.
After this is colon, so it's like two that's gonna come saying.
Let's say, oh, it's colon. That means a gloma.
Colon, yeah.
Okay. The Mephoshim, big Mechlekes Rishonim here, and big Mechlekes Rishonim in the Rhein.
It's the same thing like before, huh?
Yeah, it's the same problem, yeah. But different shittas in this. But this is Mechlekes Rishonim, so we'll soon see. The Rambam and the Rash. What's the pshat in the first statement of the Mishnah? Kol grav is the chovis, where you put this in, to put the dag tomei in the Torah. Shu marzik sasayim. It's large enough that it has two saw. Im yesh boi mishkal, it has the weight, asara zuzah b'Yehuda, which was twice the shear. The shurim in Yehuda were twice the shurim of gold, much larger. Shucham is sloim gold, dag tomei, tzira yoseh. If you have a dag tomei, and you koivish it with a dag torah, the tzir, the dag, is oseh, the juice of the dag. So we'll see why. Why is it oseh? If you do a different shear, not the shear of this sloim, of the chametz sloim, if you do revius b'sasayim, it's only a revius. It's less potent. If you see echad mishishosa, boy, look at the Pnei Moshe. B'mayim dag tomei shikofshu im dag torah, b'mayim umelech oy b'chometz. Three options: either water, salt, or vinegar. Kol grav, hu shem hakli shekoishin loy hadogim sheyiskaimu. That's the name of the kli. The grav is the name of the kli. They put it in. This is pickled. Sheyiskaimu, to preserve it. This is for preservative purposes. Shu mazik sasayim. This kli is mazik sasayim. Before says masayim. Sasayim is mem ches lugim. Shaso is shisha kavim. Bakav dalad lugim. It says im yesh boi b'tzir dag tomei. If in the juice of the dag tomei has the shear of yesh boi mishkal asara zuz b'Yehuda, she'em mishkal chometz sloim b'golol, im kol kach yesh ma dag tomei. How much of the dag tomei is here that it should be oseh? V'chol hashar hu dag torah, kol tzira yoseh. Then we say that tzira is over. How much of the mixture of the dag tomei do we have mixed up with this dag tomei that we should say that it's oseh? B'v'dav dazayin. U'mefajr gemara shu echad from 1960. Tov, Tov, Kuf, Balzen, Megbet, it's one shitta, yeah? So it's 960. 960 is a shir. So others learn that Rabbanan, others learn that Aisa, but Akapan, this goes now, the first shir in the Mishnah is 960 to 1. It's a great shir. It's very sharp. What?
The Mishnah is not talking about the fish itself.
No, right now we're talking about this. Balzen, the big old... That's how Pnei Moshe learned, the Al Capone, right?
Yeah.
That's it. The what you call the Rash. The Rash himself says it's talking about Be'er. It's talking something else. So Moshe mentioned. But right now we go with the Pnei Moshe. Yeah, it's 960 to 1. That's the first year. Very big chumrah, right? 961 is also okay. It's that. So he gives you all the shum now. But what's important to know is 960 to 1. That's the punchline. Okay, it's that. So heim chavdal lugin. V'chol lug yesh boy mishkol shnei slitnim. V'chol litra yesh boy mei zuzin. Nimtza, so oise memches meyes v'sasayim, oise tzadik vov meyes zuzim, a tzadik meyes and yud pomim tes, meyes, so it's 100 times, and it comes to 960, 100 times 10, 96 is 960. Vashisha meyes and yud pomim samach, harei yesh kan asora pomim, 10 times 560. Tov, 96. 96 is 960. Zuzim. Vasara Zuzim heim echad Asor Zud ein echad from 190 to 960. So he says like this: Im tzir dag tomi pochus mikan is damos is a mutter, but if it's up to 960, it asks up to 960. That's the first shir in the Mishnah. Dr. David Yehuda. Oime im yesh tzir dag tomi revi'is halug b'sesayim. It only has a revi'is halug of sesayim. Akolose who called the Messiah. This is like 980. It's I'm sorry. It's not, it's 280. It's 180. I'm sorry, 198, 99. Different shurim that they give over here. Bakabana is next to almost 200. Is Namas Hakol Ose. Who called the Messiah in the fish of Sasayim Hen Kuf Tzalibez 192 Revi'is Haluk. So that's the shir of Yehuda. So one shir is 960. The other shir is 192. So how far does it go? It either goes to 960 or no, it goes only to 192. Rabbi Yossi Omer, Echem Meshisha Ose Boy, only 1 to 16 times. Im Yem Etzir Dak Tomei Ose, 1 to 16. The Gemara Peligi Eiche Ifsike Ose. What's the Psak Halacha? L'chad Man Omer Chadli Alef. In 1, not 960, all the way up to 1 to 1,000. That's how sharp this Dak Tomei is. What's that in the folder? Dag Tom Shukoshin Dag Tor Kol Grav. Kol Chovish who Mazik Sasayim. Every Chovish who's Mazik Sasayim. V'yesh has two saw. V'yesh mitzi. And how much is the Dag Tomei? The tzir of the Dag Tomei. Again, he's learning that it's in the Sinus Tam, not Alzberi, not the Sinus Tam. Mishkol Esezun Shal Yehuda Shehem Hey Sloyim Begol. V'chol Shara Tzir Midog Toim. Everything else is Tor. But up to 960, it's like also. Nimtzas, Sir Shel Dag Tomei is 1 of 960 Shel Dogim, Tohidim, Ose, Bachas Mikan, less than that is Mutter. Moed de Gechumra. If you do Aimer Revi'is B'Sayim, it's less. Vishoy Revi'is Haluk Shel Tzir Tomei, B'Sayim, Sir Shel Dag Tohidim, Asurim, Bachas Mikan is Mutter. Only what? 1 to 2 so. The Shir Hazeh, who quoted the Messiah, it's almost 200 to 1, not 960, 200 to 1. Ja, vergab der Yehuda Sava. Oh, fragt die Gemara, fragt der Fulda, Yehuda, the man that holds. In ganz Shas. Min b'minoi, loy bottle, doesn't become bottle. So now you're telling me all of a sudden it has a dinner bottle up to 200, less than 200. How's that possible? Sagt der Fulda, Shani tzir the Zeya B'Almu. This is only the Zeya B'Almu. So even though min b'minoi is alamal osse, but here we don't say it's also because only to this year. Why? Because only Zeya B'Alma, it's only an instant Rabbanon, so they didn't go that far to take it all the way up to Min B'Min, also say it's always also, those are this nicht. The Ein is Sunnah with Rabbanon, the Fikach Hamad, the bottle, the Messiah. That's why he says bottle in Messiah. What about the first man Doma? We say if he holds the Rabbanon, and the Tanakam also says 960 is also a Rabbanon. Rabbi Yossi Omer, the bottle of B'Shisha also, not 200, 1 in 16. Rambam Pirish, the Oise B'Shisha Ose B'Chem Hashma Kol Masnisin, that's the Rambam Psak, you go 1 to 600. To 1 to 16. Zog the Rasirilla, Dag Tomei, Shukov Shit, not, they're learning Pshat L'chayil, the Rafud, it's only the Rabbanon, right? In Pei Moshe, it doesn't mention if it's the Rabbanon or the Raisa. Zog yes, the Rasirilla, okay, Gessin B'Chala Svarim, ganze Swarm, that's unusual. In Yisham, you always have gisses all over the place. He says, the Swarm, the giss is like this. Dak Tom Mishkom Shem Dak Torah. Kol Graf Shu Mazis, the same Yesh Ba Mishkol, Zizim, Shem Chomesh Mitzrayim. V'nirali, the Surah Ketanilo. We're talking about a Surah here. In other words, the first opening statement of the Mishnah, which was not Mufurish, what it means exactly. He says it's talking about an Issa. That Dak Tom Mishkov Shem Dak Torah, does that mean an Issa? V'hochi Perusha. Kol Graf. Every barrel, shishurei v'nofa b'itag shinshol maspik le'eser agrav. It's going to answer the grav. V'ochi kama kishkovish hadak tomi im dogim toirim. When you put together marinated dag torah with the dag torah, shumal agrav came inside of him is be'enei makilei ma'ani. It's talking about it's not, you can't tell which is the dag tomi. Then yochel l'salkei u'boshlom, and if it is, you put it in here, you cooked it. Why does he say because once you cook it, the chayre should be osir, because even Batsua doesn't help, Shleim doesn't help. Once you cook it, it's cooked. Even by Shalim. Even by Sholem, it's also going to be Yosef, because once it's cooked, that's the kasha from the Rash is this kasha on the previous mission. Once it's cooked, it's cooked. So what is the nafgamina here? Dr. Mishim Berya. It's also out the Berya. We're talking about what's the Tapshat Berya. The opening mission is Dak Tomei, not a tzir from the Dak Tomei. The opening of the mission, the first sentence of the mission is Dak Tomei Shekoshe in Dak Tomei. It's Aganza fish. Aganza fish is a different Berya. And that's why, even if you cooked it, it's going to nafgamina. Vu cotton, wenn ihr euch skabe bei fnei ochen, woch is betois kahanim, behedje the betois kahanim. So now it's no more the rabbanon, right? Behedje gab et rubes ktani lord. It's an yosam. Shet apostle in Pasha Shemini. V'sheket yilechem le'eser ruveyem. The aser is the ruves of the sheret. V'kama ye also. This shet betois kahanim. How much should be? It should be also mishkal asar ziz bihuda shem chomish sloim b'gol. Begrav shemuzas is time. Beferish l'chayis the deraisa. So it's hard to understand what the other mufashim are saying. It's only the rabbanim. We have a Toyes Kahanim. Otherwise, sometimes they learn even the Toyes Kahanim. It's only a smachta, whatever. It's like mufurish. The words of the Mishnah, mamish in the Toyes Kahanim. Grav is chavis. Kamay halan gervai de kukse. Grav shuhum has is asayim. Before begemore the mishkul asayim tishim v'sheish liter. That's the shit. So is it Yehuda? This the Gossizut. So here they have the whole cheshbon of machloikas. How far does this dagasa? V'hakal the tam echad. It all goes up to the same point. Asar zush shnei sloim. V'chasi the zug have a dinner. V'hav b'chom sloim b'golad. The mishkol shel Yehuda have a kaflayim b'shel golad. Always it's twice the size in Yehuda from golad. Because the meaning is super very kafapi. V'im hadag hatome mishkol yasezuz. Dainu asar dram. Dram was the mishkol they had over there. The Greek droyams it's called. The meya droyam the litter b'malchus Turkaya in the Turkish counting system. Have asar droyams b'tishim v'sheish litin. Achas miwad 960. So tishim v'sheish litin 96 litrim. So how you get to 960? 10 times 96. Tisha alofim v'sheish meiz droim. Nimtza the dak tome comes out the dak tome shemishkoloi asar droim yesh l'chol droim b'droim im droim ha'isir 960 droim v'osa achiyeh yosef. So eser pomim 960 tishim alofim v'sheish meiz. That's the Akdama. That's what you give him the shir. Talk to yesterday. That's the first part of the Mishnah is talking about what it was a dak tome. Second part of the Mishnah says, Dak Tomit Tziroi. Now you're talking about Nesina Stam of the Tzir. The next part of the Mishnah is going to talk about Chagobim, grasshoppers. Let's just learn the Mishnah. Mishnah test. So we have 5 lines to the top. Chagobim Timeim Shinirvishu Chagobim Toidim. Like Paslu Esirim. By Chagobim, by grasshopper, the Tzir is not also. Erev Tzodik Al Tzir Chagobim Timeim. Even a grasshopper, which is Tomei, on the Tzir, does the Torah. Favos, Dr. Zay, like don't see Chagobim to me, Toys Koyanim, Yafilam in the same shekets to Shaktu, less the Sidam. The answer the tzir of the grasshopper, the Chagobim. We write to him, I knew Hazaya, Yoitzim Hem, the Shiva Lissa, the Kiv in the tzir dog to me and Bain, Osim in Atoida. Now he says it out clearly. We bound the tzir of the dog, not like the Mirafullah says. He says the tzir of the dog is what is Osim in Atoida. Brings the Kayanim from Pashminik. Zarav the Tome, be it see dogum toidim, pligi Rabuda, Rabbi say ad kama ye yosef. Buda Saba, Rabbi is the same. Like upon Vice I said that I said. Rabbi is the same. If I the Gemara do call the Messiah, almost 200. Needs to pay a kolabas the casino also Mara Yosef Bachanina. Loy lechol Ashur Mishavim. Should see a shuroi kar of the Messiah. The see asses almost up to 200. The son Dak Tomei Tzir Yosef Buda Oime Revi is B'Sasayim. Pirish Rashi Revi shall see a Tomei Yosef Sasayim shall see a Torah B'Sasayim Havale Mosayim Revi's 200 Revi'sin Nachei Tamne take off 8. That's like 8 less than 200 is 192. 192. The Hakar of Boy Lugum, but look at Boy Revis, Shesh also the Kav, the Sob Shisha Kavim, the Shell is Kavim, my boy Shmoy Revis, Hena Bopom. Hare, Kumtois the Cheshin, Meyer, Betishim Mishnah, 192, Halta to Behuda, Korev, this is sign. But also, so it's sort of to surface later, you don't have to add on something to make it a mutter, Hashir, May, Betishim Mishnah, on the 192, Look at Messiah, Rabbi Yosef made petition. He wants to make it so you should easily to remember that that's what he says. Rabbi Yosef Saba, they know Elo Chelik Echad Mitzir Toy Shisha. So he says it doesn't go down from 192. Rabbi Yosef says only go 6 times. Keep going. Look, Tzir Tomei Toy Shisha also Lugin the Teire 1 to 16. The Issa was 1, and the 16 was the Heter. Rabbi Yosef Mishei Shos the Teire Shori Botu. Anything more than that, if it's more than 16, it becomes bottle. Adkan perashti lefi anis daiti. Medina kamedemis nisan. Oh, what's the first sentence? Now he's going back. Dag tomish shukovsh in dag Torah. That's not by tzir. What does that mean? Moshe ad begolu v'ktoni dag tomi tziri ose. Vosh steht später dag tziri is ose. Das meint azoi. Heine bebabachite. Bepukte Yehuda v'yosi betarubes tzir. Is talking about Terubas here. The first sentence is talking not by Terubas here. That's talking about Dag Toma. A ganze Dag. And what's the chilik? Like Posler Esirim, Umute Bachil Ketone Tamer. Hey, this is going out in the Chagovim. So he's very big. He doesn't explain exactly what he means here. We'll soon see in a minute in the Rash how he understands the beginning of the Mishnah. He just references. He's saying that the first part of the Mishnah is talking about a ganze Zach. Others want to say that's talking about Beria. That's what the Rash says. And he just mentions it in passing. Now, Chagovim is Torah, the tzir of a chagovim. The chagovim itself is Tomei, and the tzir is mutter. What?
It's not very. What does it mean? It's a piece of fish?
It's a terubis. It's a zayah. It's a zayah of a fish.
It's not very. It means it's a slice of fish. What's the use then?
No, it's zayah. The tzir. Oh, the first Tomei, you got to know what it means. So I'll soon see in a minute. It's very here, bekitzer. It's not like a sosam. Hey, the tzodik. B'toy de kama hainu mutter b'achila. You're allowed to eat the tzir of the chagovim. B'toy is kayanim ktoni. Tamer. It's mufus. That's a heter. Why? Sanya some. Gabe chagovim to meim sheketzu. Prat lo yeruvov. Eruv is not osa. So you see him and it's not the zach. We don't have this any place else where the zach is osa and the terubis is mutter. Where do you find such a thing? The zach is osa and the terubis is mutter. Mikan omer chachamim chagovim to meim shenichbishu im chagovim toirim loy poslu esirim. Not osa. Terubis is not osa. It's not. I prefer to heter in the Torah. The zach is also, the tzir is not also. Monoshok, the tzir is it's hard to understand. Elamai, they want to say because there's no dam in there, it's only lachluchis is going like the sweat. So there, the chagov, they say it's mutter and ganze. But some fetish, a ribbi from the Toyes Kainim that it's mutter. Hey, the psodik, hochi perusha, the midrais, ruveim shoru, b'kol shkein siron. The teruvas, not only the tzir, but the teruvas of the chagov. The chagov gets mixed up with something else, one-on-one, with no bitl, at the rabbi side. It's a beferish Toys Kainim to tell me when it comes to Hagovim, the Teruvas is mutter. One mixes up another one-on-one, it's mutter. It's Kolshkein Sirov and the Siv, who, Mashma Miutoi, this is also not the Chagovim, not the grasshopper itself, anything else, the Teruvas or the Tzir, it's all mutter. Because it shouldn't be Yontiv, as I said in the Malay Machshira, it's more Be'er. The Davke gabe dogim to me and Rabbi Rachman and Reveim. When is the Torah Ma'abed? Teruvah, you think Teruvah is a portion? Wait a minute, this is also. So man, the Teruvah is also. What does it mean? The Pshat is Teruvah. Pshat is it's also because dos the Zach. It's also was the Ribi Akro. The Teruvah is also. If you don't have a Ribi Akro, it's mutter. Pavos, but nicht der Zach. It's not this thing. That's what he says over here. The Davke gabe dogim to me, Rabbi Rachman and Reveim. By Dag Tomei, the Torah is Ma'abed. The Teruvah is also. You need a Ribi for that. Aber gabe chagavim yureveim shori. Over there, the Torah is a miyat and said there's not Tomei. It's not. There's no Ribi Akro. Because kein sirim avad tzir, because tzir is less than the teruvas. It's not the zach. It's just tzir. Others say tzir means that the juice is only zayah, sweat. It's the gunish. U'midrabanon ruveim asira. The Rabbanon came and said, oh wait a minute, that's midraisa. U'midrabanon they asked the tzir. Avul tzir not feel midrabanon, but that's what teruvas. Ruveim, when it comes to Teruvah, the Rabban asked it, but the Rabban did not ask the tzir of Chagovim. I feel with the Rabban is shori, umay sirai made some tzodik kim zungi aidis, ados semuta. Inami, the tzodik palga the Rabban. He's arguing on the Rabban on the sabbat tzir Chagovim tmeim be'enet. The tzir of Chagovim, which is etzem Chagovim, not the tzir of the Teruvahs. So then, Dr. Rabban, the Tzaddik says that part of the Rabban, somebody tzir chagavim tameim, be'enei, be'en, or b'tzir tomei, the tzir is also tomei. Ubeli teruvah is shori. V'kolshken inside of tzir b'tzir, shori afil mit Rabbanon, the Mesafian, the Ligi Rabbanan, Beiruvai, Gufai, Abatsiran Loy. They only asked in the Terubas, they didn't ask on the sea itself, the sea of the Etzem Chogov. Afila Beine, Bachi Mashaloshan Nishin Inidis. Heid is with Heid the Psod. Look to the Baita. Dak Torah Tofel. Okay, this is the Gemara. So let's see over here, Rabbi side. A few seconds here. Loshan Arash. Shikoshvu Dak Torah. Mishnah Chaseda. The first sentence of the Mishnah is Chaseda. Loi Pishi, Mutter or Osa. It doesn't say if it's Mutter or it's Osa. It says Dak Torah, Mishikoshvu Dak Torah. Nu wusste jetzt, steht nicht. Ubishalmi sagt der Tani Ben Azai, you will see in the Gemara, it's Torah, Torah, Mishikoshvu Dak Torah. Sagt der V'dobet Teimu, the Kaimlon Pei Kol HaBosse, Kovish Hareikim Uvushal. Uvushal ain't Chili, Bein B'Vasachas, the Gemara says, we'll see in the Gemara tomorrow, Mr. Shem, is the nafkamin was B'Vasachas, or B'Zeh HaZeh. So what's the nafkamin? If Kovish Hareikim Uvushal, what's the how the Terubas went? One at a time, or it came in one after the other one? Shloima Mishum, the Meluach Kirisach, the sleeve, the Kaman, we say B'Chagov and Tamei Shikosh and Gisinon, Elo Nishlokim. The Gemara is going to say the Gisi is not Kovish, the Gis is Nishlokim. And once you have the Gis Nishlokim, Tutzach HaGanza Machlokes over here is Nishlokim, is more than Kovish or less than Nishlokim. Kovish means marinating, Nishlokim means you cooked it. Cooked it means more than Bishul or less than Bishul. What's the line in Nafkamin? Nafkamin is Zayin, she also says Mutter. If I say Kovish Kumuvush Atas, any type of way you have it. But if I say that Kovish is Kumavusha, but Sholok is less, so Kovish is going to be Mutter. So that's the first statement in the Mishnah, is even talking about Sholok. They state in the Gemara, we'll soon see the Gemara weiter. But then he says over here that Mishum Berya, because it's talking about Berya, like Botla, a Berya never becomes Botla, Ube Elev Botla. Ve'en Lilman Mekan L'Surim De Mashu, you can't learn off over here to anything that's also B'Mashu, going Chometz B'Pesach, the name of the Elef bottle, if the sea is also all the way up to 1,000, so something so like a mashu, so you want to say over here, that Pesach should also be bottle in 1,000. Why? Yeah. Loy bottle. Why? For what? Adobe Sheish Lematir. Batsim would be bottle, but Pesach is Adobe Sheish Lematir. Wait till after Pesach, it goes away. So man, looked at this inch bottle because you wait till after Pesach. I get to talk about Pesach.